This is the Artful Dodger, Lenny Dawson, here to my right. I'm Jack Buck. We're here in Dallas, 7-0 Cowboys. It was very difficult to get tickets for this game, but I think the fans were a little more enthusiastic than the teams, Lenny.
Well, I think so, that they know that they're going to the playoffs, and a lot of times you get into contests like this, and you don't want to take any chances because you know that it's important that you show up next week. And in the case of the Denver Broncos, it's going to be next Saturday. They're going to have to go against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They've been very conservative in the first half.
Which is not to say that there's not a lot of hard hitting out there. There really is, particularly on the part of the two defenses, but the offenses are laying a little low. I guarantee you if these two teams end up in the Super Bowl, a lot of people think that they will, we'll see a little more action than we've seen thus far.
Well, I think one thing, too, you must consider that the field position for the Denver Broncos has not been very good in the first half. They're the type of team that they needed.
At least we're learning how to punt, right?
Yes. For Denver, and 148 for the Cowboys, but the passing yards, 5 yards, you know, that they were in field position once.
Look at the time of possession.
40, yeah, that's Dallas has had the ball the whole first half, but Denver had the ball on the 45-yard line in the first half just once. When they started their drive, they had a couple of penalties. They ended up losing about 20 yards, and they had to punt the ball away. They're the type of team that their defense is going to get them the ball a lot of the times and get them in pretty good field position. When they get in field position, they get points. They haven't been in field position so far this afternoon.
You know these, and we're looking at Tom Landry in the background. You know these Cowboys, in addition to having won the division title, have 9 rookies on their team. So they are a forward-looking football team, and they're bound to be in contention again next year.
They draft very, very well. And there's Red Phillips that has done such a...
Red Miller.
Phillips. Miller that has done such a tremendous job for the Denver Broncos this year. He had, you know, he's got them fired up. The attitude of this ball club is really great, and that's very, very important.
You know what I was talking to before the game? He said emotion in pro football is a fleeting thing. He recognizes that fact. He said when you get it, you better hang on to it and cash in on it. And so he's trying to get them fired up for the second half. They've lost only one game. They split with Oakland, and that was the only game that they lost. And Miller, in his first year, to be sure, inherited a good football team, but did a good job.
Oh, they have a lot of talent on that football team, defensively in particular. And the defense has always been good for the last few years. The problem has been the offense. They've been very inconsistent. With Morton coming in this year, they've gotten that consistency. At least they have when they've been in scoring situations. They've gotten some points.
Efren Herrera will kick it away, and there's Lonnie Perrin, number 35, going back with Rick Upchurch. Upchurch hasn't been able to excite us much this afternoon. Of course, both of these teams have outstanding specialty teams, and it's tough to break a run against them. But there's Upchurch, and let's see how far downfield Herrera can get it. Ole, we're underway in the second half, and Perrin takes it on the 5. He's to the 15, across the 20, the 25-yard line. And the Cowboys were quickly downfield, led by Tony Hill, number 80, to make the stop on Perrin, who's as big as he looks. He's 6'1", 230-pounder, one of a group of fine running backs that the Broncos have. But Otis Armstrong could have played today, but they decided not to put him on the active list. We have Rob Lytle and Lonnie Perrin in there as the running backs for Craig Penrose, number 12, the quarterback. Jack Dalvin is the wide receiver to this side. Haven Moses is at the top of your screen, and Riley Autumns is the tight end, and he's on a wing. And the running play to Perrin is smothered in a big hurry by Harvey Martin, who stopped the run that time.
Oh, he guessed right. He had an inside rush on that play, and the defensive tackle was going outside. They guessed right, and Martin was there to drill it.
You know, he's not that big. I'm talking about weight-wise. He's 6'5", 252, but
that's
quick
not
and
big?
strong. Well, I mean, compared to some others, he's bigger than I am.
When he hits you, he feels a lot larger than that, believe me.
They put in the extra backs, Mark Washington and Randy Hughes. Take out Lewis and Brunig, two of the Dallas linebackers, on second down and 9. Odoms was in motion again, and the delay is good for a few yards to Perrin, and the play was stopped by Cliff Harris, the safety man. And Randy Hughes helps Perrin to his feet. Tony Dorsett has 19 yards in the first half, and he needs 24 to reach the 1,000 yards rushing for the year. So we'll see if he plays. I'm sure he will when the Cowboys get the ball. There's Dorsett. It'll be interesting to see whether Staubach or White is the quarterback when the Cowboys get it. And I saw Randy White warming up along the sideline.
Well, I talked to him in the locker room, and he wants to play, and that's for sure.
Penrose needs 5 yards. The blitz is on. And they made it work. Aaron Kyle with the safety blitz. Number 25 came roaring up the middle, and nobody got him, and that's the second time today that he comes in.
Earlier, Morton got it. This time it was Kyle coming through, untouched, and once again, the back wasn't able to get to. I'm talking about Perrin and Lytle there in the backfield, and they are not able to get to Kyle before he gets to the quarterback.
Tony Hill is back to receive the punt from Bucky Dilts. They'll touch it off at about the 15. Not such a hot kick, and a fair catch is called for by Hill on the 39-yard line. And now let's take a look at the Cowboys. Who's it going to be at the controls? Well, Mr. Staubach. How do you explain that, Lenny? Tom Landry said he wanted him to keep his momentum, and he's playing him here at the start of the second half.
He's the coach. I don't happen to agree with that because there's no momentum. They're 11-2 right now. Their momentum got them to where they are right now. Half of the ball game is, I'm sure, all that Roger needs. He's an established player who's been under a lot of pressure a lot of games.
Here's the toss to Dorsett. He is wrestled down from behind by Alzado, who showed you the quick speed coming around from behind and latching on to Tony. He gained a couple of yards. And it'll be 2nd down and 8. We've played 2 minutes and 15 seconds of this third quarter. 7-0 Dallas. They could have been better off, but they missed 3 field goals. We have Butch Johnson in there now. He and Drew Pearson are strong to the right. 18! And the give to the up man, Newhouse. That's the first down. Going across midfield with one of the best runs that we've seen from scrimmage today with Randy Podol, number 21, the tackler.
Well, he was running with a great deal of enthusiasm on this play, and he was running straight at the linebackers. Linebackers aren't really that large for the Denver Broncos. They're very active, but here you see he's running through arm tackling, which is number 55, Godwin Turk.
Big block by Herb Scott, number 68, the left guard of the Cowboys. First down at the 48 of Denver. One man held his position, and that was Bill Thompson. He let Dorsett do all the faking. He just waited for him to come to him.
Well, I'll tell you, that was really a great tackle by Thompson. Now, this is a play-action pass. Dorsett wanted to go straight upfield, but he could see the Denver Broncos coming in with their pursuit, cutting across the grain. But number 36, Bill Thompson, is a man that was not going to be faked out. Makes a good open field tackle on one of the finest runners in the game today.
Folks, listen to this. Claiborne of New England ran a kickoff back 101 yards right down the throat of the Baltimore Colts, and it's 21-3 now.
And right into the living room of the Miami Dolphins.
But the Patriots lead by the score of 21-3 with 14.5 minutes left in the third quarter, and I don't know if they're celebrating in Miami or not, but they will be getting ready to celebrate.
I know there's a lot of questions being raised about the Detroit game when they failed to take that safety with 9 seconds remaining, no timeouts left. Detroit blocked the kick and scored a touchdown and won the football game.
Do you think that could cost a coach his job?
I don't know. I don't think so in Marcus Schroeder's case.
Yeah, but knowing that Baltimore owner is explosive as he is, you might look for something over there, too.
Well, there's a lot of jobs going to be available, and I'm sure a lot of teams would love to talk to Ted Marchibroda.
We have third down and short. Newhouse and Dorsett. Dorsett trying to get outside. Good block by Lawless, and a first down for the Cowboys. Burton Lawless really cracked his man and took him right down out of the play.
Did a great job, and that's one of the few times today they've been able to go wide on the Denver Broncos
in the third quarter. Dorsett has carried 11 times, 27 yards, needs 16 to reach 1,000. Golden Richards is in there, along with Drew Pearson. They're both on the right side. Try it again, Tony. Well, there are a few of them. He's going to be at 1,000 ere long, isn't he? 10 minutes left.
He's going to have to continue to run with the football, and I think he's going to have to continue to go straight ahead, because when he starts going sideways against the Denver Broncos, there's a chance that you can lose yardage. Going straight ahead, generally there isn't much of a chance of losing any yardage.
Now he needs 10 yards. Jay Saldi is in there with Billy Joe Dupree, the two tight ends for Dallas. 7-0 Cowboys. In a game against two division champions. Pearson goes to the left. Dupree on the left side. Saldi on the right. Dorsett was in motion. And I thought illegally in motion.
He was going forward instead of laterally or backwards.
And there's the flag. And Newhouse goes down. Not too many penalties in this game, but Dorsett did it right in front of the official.
Yes.
He had to throw the flag.
Started in motion. You can go in motion before the ball is snapped, but you cannot be going forward.
Now they talk it over with Bill Thompson as to whether or not they'll accept the penalty. And they will. So we'll tell you once again that our referee is Jerry Markbright, and he'll talk to us here.
Illegal motion, 33, offense, second down.
That was a nice voice. The umpire is Gordon Wells, the head linesman, Ray Dotas. The line judge is Bill Reynolds, Tom Kelleher, the back judge, and the field judge is Ed Merrifield.
You got a nice voice, too, Jim.
The ball to the 32-yard line, second down and 9. Pearson left, Butch Johnson to the right side. Staubach. There he is. Dupree. He is down at the 10. It'll be first and goal.
That play's been run about 3 or 4 times. It's worked every time. He's been wide open. He's faking to the top of your screen, and that's the side that the tight end is on, but he's going across the field. And when he gets across there, he's wide open. Once he catches the ball, now it's time to run. Billy Joe Dupree coming up with a big first down, getting them really an excellent scoring position right now on the 10-yard line.
Dupree is all pro. He's on the left side, Saldi on the right side. Pearson is split left. Newhouse the fullback, Dorsett the tailback, and Newhouse goes down to the 6-yard line. By the way, as it's going to be second and goal following the tackle by Reuben Carter. Dorsett, in addition to getting close to 1,000 yards, has scored 12 rushing touchdowns, so he knows how to do it.
Well, yes, generally there's one man on a team when you get near the goal line that plays are designed for him. I'll tell you another reason why I'm sure of that is he's a great runner, but Newhouse is a much better blocker, so you get pretty close to that goal line, you want somebody to block.
John Grant checks into the defense. Carter, Alzado, Grant, Chavis up front as they go into a 4-man front. Second and goal from the 7. And there it is for the TD to Newhouse.
Good job of play-action faking, a good call. Wide open was number 44, Robert Newhouse, and a good job of faking not only to Newhouse, but to Tony Dorsett on the play by Roger Staubach.
Sometimes this Dallas offense looks like it sputters a lot, but they can do some things.
Oh, they can hit you from all over. They have great speed, great people on the outside. You talk about Pearson. Staubach's a great quarterback. You got Dorsett now that adds another dimension to this football team that they didn't have last year. Preston Pearson is an outstanding running back, but Dorsett adds, I think, just a little bit something extra.
Herrera makes it 14-0 with 7:48 remaining in the third quarter. 2 touchdown passes by Staubach today. It's left in the third quarter. New England, the Patriots leading Baltimore 21-10. Jones just hit Doughty with a 14-yard touchdown pass. Here is the kick to Upchurch. Come on, show us something, kid. Cross the 20. Whoa! To the 25-yard line and down by Benny Barnes. Boy, he earns his money.
Oh, you talking guys trying to leap? It's a line drive kick, so it looked like a good possibility of a good return. And he's coming. Now, he wants to make some yardage, and look at this. It's not the recommended way to run with the football when you're running kickoffs back.
Barnes picked him out of midair after Andy Frederick had met him head on.
Barnes on the special teams is always around the football.
We have Norris Weiss in there at quarterback. And running with the ball. Boy, that's a big play in the pros. It's tough for these pro teams to defense that up to play because they just don't work on it.
I don't think he wanted to run with the football. He missed a handoff to Parent.
Could have given it to the referee. Bill Gregory got after him, number 77. Cowboys are playing up front with Ed Jones, Bill Gregory, Randy White, and Harvey Martin, with Jethro Pugh out of this game. Tom Henderson D.D. Lewis and Bob Brunig are the linebackers. Benny Barnes and Aaron Kyler on the corners. Charlie Waters and Cliff Harris, both All-Pro selection, Pro Bowl selection, are the safety men. Motion by Riley Odoms. He's been held in check today. But he's in the pass pattern, and a flag is down. A flag is down as the pass was caught by Upchurch and the tackle by Benny Barnes. Holding Denver.
Yeah, they're making mistakes. They're hurting themselves. The first half, they only had one situation on first down when they got possession of the football in good field position. Now this is a big play. Once again, they're called for holding.
As they mark it off, may we talk for a moment about Charlie Waters, number 41, the safety man for the Dallas Cowboys. Let's listen to the referee first.
Holding, 62 offense, second down.
And there's Red Miller.
He's talking about number 62, Tom Glassick, who's working on number 54, Randy White. He just has a little bit of the jersey.
Just a little, huh? Okay, it's second down and 14 as a result of that. Charlie Waters is showing a blitz. Now he backs off. A flag is down. Looks like the Cowboys were offside. Bill Gregory got offside as Lonnie Perrin carried the ball. Charlie Waters of the Cowboys just became a father for the first time. His wife, Rosie, gave birth to a son, John Cody Waters, on Friday, a 10-pound baby boy.
10 pounds.
Our congratulations to the Waters family.
Offside, 72 defense, second down.
They called it on Ed Jones, so it's second down and 9 for Denver with 6:47 remaining in the third quarter. That's the third penalty against the Broncos for 25 yards. There was Ed Jones, number 72 in your picture. Dallas been penalized 4 times. Broncos trailing 14-0. Weiss drills it low, and the pass is covered by Benny Barnes and caught by Upchurch. The official was looking for help over there from an official who had a better angle.
Well, because it was very, very close to being out of bounds. He made a good throw there. He threw that ball low, so there was only one person that could catch it. That's number 80, Upchurch. And you can see it right here, because you don't want to throw the thing high because it could go to the other team.
He drilled it right in there. Ron Egloff is in as the tight end on 3rd and 1.
That was a good play by Upchurch because he went down with that football. He made sure first things first, and that is first catch the football.
Denver has -2 in passing yardage now. They just haven't been able to do anything. Now watch Weiss try to get a yard here on 3rd down. And he gets the first down with Rob Lytle carrying the ball. This Denver team will be different when Otis Armstrong is in there in the playoff game against the Steelers.
Well, he is an explosive running back and has done it for a few years, but he has to be healthy, you know.
San Diego is beating the Steelers by the score of 9-7 in the third quarter, but that doesn't matter because Cincinnati lost earlier today to Houston, and Pittsburgh will win the division even if they lose to the Chargers.
They'll be in Denver, Colorado, Saturday, taking on the Broncos.
And the Broncos would rather have that extra day to prepare for the game, but they won't have 2 days, extra 2 days. The blitz was on. Weiss got away from Lewis, and then it was hauled down by Charlie Waters. Where did that Waters come from?
Well, he came from the other side, did a great job. Number 50, D.D. Lewis coming in blitzing. Nobody touches him. Quarterback did a great job. Weiss did a great job of avoiding D.D. Lewis. Now number 41's coming into the picture right there.
Boy, he's a streaker, isn't he?
Go. Yes.
He can really sprint when he starts to go. Weiss is 3 out of 3. There's Waters who made that last tackle. Lewis, who was blitzing on the play. Weiss is 3 out of 3 for 14 yards. He's carried 3 times for 21 yards.
He's been the offense for the Denver Broncos.
Broncos ain't done much here today. Incomplete. He did a good job trying to hit Lytle. Randy White had latched onto him, number 54. Imagine that White, who was a linebacker, becomes a down lineman and makes the Pro Bowl.
Well, he is so quick. That's the reason they wanted to make a middle linebacker out of him originally, I think, the 250-pound middle linebacker. But you can see that, you know, the quarterback didn't have any time at all. He just barely got set up, and the defensive lineman's breathing down his throat.
So the Cowboys come up with their defensive signals called by Charlie Waters, relayed from the sideline by Ernie Stopner. 3rd down and 5 from the 43 of Denver. Kyle shows the blitz and blitzes. The pitch is out here to Lonnie Perrin, and he spins for a first down. Well, Weiss was really quick to avoid the blitz.
Tell you, he did really an outstanding job on that play, getting rid of the football, and it was a good call in that situation, because if you get around, get outside, there really isn't any pursuit coming because they're all chasing the quarterback. This is an option play down the line of scrimmage, and his option is just one. Get rid of the football as quickly as you can.
He got rid of the ball like a bad habit, just as quickly as he could. And Kyle was coming. Was only about a half a step away.
I think that's about the 4th time that the Cowboys have shown that blitz situation. 3 of the 4 they've come.
Perrin has carried 6 times for 20 yards, and the Broncos are at midfield. Odom's in motion, and Weiss to the air, and it right into the hands of Brunig, and he dropped it. He tried to get it to Riley Odoms, who had been in motion with the snap of the ball. There's Tom Landry.
He got a lucky break, too. I'm not talking about Tom Landry. I'm talking about Norris Weiss. He should never have thrown that ball in that area.
Brunig is really upset with himself. Cowboys leading here, trying to end the season 12-2 and make the Bronco record the same. They would be the only 2 teams that won 12 games. Second down and 10. Fake to Lytle. Oh, he couldn't hang on. Lytle had a screen out in front of him as Harvey Martin decked Norris Weiss.
The object behind a screen is to stop the initial charge of the defensive front 4 and then set up a screen behind it. He fakes it, and he's going to throw back to Lytle, but they don't stop him enough. Martin coming in, putting pressure on. He does a great job of getting rid of the football. But unfortunately, he threw it behind Rob Lytle, and he couldn't come up with it. Had he come up with it, there were 2 linemen in front of Lytle. It would really have been a big game.
Jack Dalvin checks in. Harvey Martin. Really tough to stop. And when he gets a guy who can't stop him, man, he does murder. He just loves him into the deck.
Loves to hit the quarterback.
3rd down and 10. Big effort. He's short of a first down by about a foot. In the grasp of Tom Henderson, Randy White, and others. But he's a tough horse, I'll tell you that.
Now's the time to go for it for Denver.
Yeah, they're trailing 14 to nothing, no sense kicking.
He is something. He's doing this on his own. Martin took an inside rush. 2 talls coming from the other side. And look at that. He does a great job of getting out of the hand grasp of the defense. Henderson, 56. Gets away from him, and he's looking at fighting and scratching to get that first down.
Boy, he's a tough cookie. I like to watch him play.
He's on the punting team. Any quarterback that's on the punting team that blocks and tackles has got to be tough. Or that crazy, one of the 2.
He's carried 4 times for 30 yards now. The 2 tight ends, Odoms and Egloff, are in there. 4th down and a foot. Motion by the wide receiver. And a first down for the Broncos. First down for the Broncos with Keyworth going up over the top. Charlie Waters and Brunig tackled him, but too late to stop the first down, and the wide receiver Dalvin comes back in now for the Broncos. 3 minutes left in the quarter.
This is the best penetration they've had all afternoon, 40-yard line.
With Weiss in there giving us a little excitement, this game is picked up in tempo. There's Staubach.
Now what that'll do, if he has any success, it's going to make the defensive front 4 stay in their lanes to rush the passer, make sure that they contain that quarterback.
On the 40-yard line of Dallas, motion by Moses. And the pass is good for another first down. Dalvin caught the ball. He's inside the 15-yard line, and you're right, Lenny. The pressure wasn't there that time because of the way he's been running.
Give credit to the offensive line for doing a great job, and he was looking for Dalvin. See, he has a lane to throw in. wide open. He can see the receiver all the way, and that's really important. Once again, the man should never leave his feet to catch the football. If he maybe hadn't left his feet, he might have broke away and scored a touchdown.
Barnes tripped him up, and Aaron Kyle caught up with the play and made the stop. It's a first down at the 12-yard line. This is what Denver does. They just keep plugging away, and finally they burn you.
When they get inside that area, scoring territory, they generally come away with some points.
There goes Keyworth. Outside, inside, good yardage. Big yardage by the big running back, John Keyworth, who has recorded a couple of songs and aspires to a career of sorts. And he's been singing Make Those Miracles Happen. Bill Gregory, Bob Brunig were the Dallas defenders. Dalvin checks back in. And Jim Jensen is the other running back with him. Those are two big horses.
Make those defensive linemen disappear. He's also trying to hum that.
The ball at the 7. And it's second down and 5.
This is a good place for Weiss because he adds a new dimension because of his running ability.
The middle, uses the official, drives inside the 5-yard line. He used the umpire as a blocker.
It's a good move, yes. He should have put a hand and pushed him in front, maybe to help him block. Anything to try to get into the end zone.
I bet that umpire was holding his breath, wondering what was going to happen to him. It's third down at the 5. It's third down and 3. Egloff checks in, 2 tight ends for the Broncos. Dalvin out. We're under a minute now remaining in the third quarter. The attendance here today is 63,752. It's third down and 3. Here's Weiss on the move, throwing in. Incomplete. Intended for Keyworth and covered by Barnes. That Barnes is really tough. So is Weiss, who's slow in getting up after being walloped.
Play action pass. He has 2 men, Riley Odoms and also Keyworth going out to the right side of the end zone, and he pays for this throw.
Jones
gets
got
hit
him
by too tall just as he releases the football, and believe me, that hurts.
Jones is 6'9", 265, and he made him part of the artificial surface here. Weiss is 4 out of 8 in the throwing department, and Jim Turner will try his first field goal of the day. The ball will be held by Weiss at the 12, 22-yard try.
I would say
36 seconds left.
This could be a place for a fake, but I know they want to get on the board. They don't want to be shut out.
Turner makes it good. The score is 14-3 with 33 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And the Broncos will kick the ball to the Cowboys, and the tempo is picked up in this game. You've got a date. Not with her, but with NBC in Sports World, 2:30 Eastern Time, Sunday, January 22nd. Here's the kickoff by Perrin. And the line drive heads out of bounds, and that gives us a chance to tell you about Jim Turner. Turner, who is in his 15th year in the NFL, in pro football, that is, has just become the 5th player in the NFL history to reach 1,300 points. 1,300 in career points with that field goal a moment ago.
He's been really great, and he's been consistent year after year after year. And he kicks funny, too. He kicks straight ahead. He doesn't kick sideways like all the rest of the people.
Someday that'll be illegal. And we mentioned earlier about the Waters family having an addition. 10-pound baby boy, John Cody Waters.
My family was big. I came from 11 children in my family, and I think the lightest was about 9'4".
All right. You're the oldest?
I'm the 9th.
Okay, here's Tony Hill running this kickoff back across the 30-yard line. And getting very, very good yardage. And let's see where they say he went out of bounds at the 41. Right, a return by Tony Hill as the Cowboys lead by 11 points with 18 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and it's still Staubach in there. Danny White must feel a little frustrated. There's Hill, who just returned the kickoff. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
Channel 4 in Amarillo, KAMR TV.
Dallas has gone with their first stringers all the way, both on offense and defense. Here's Newhouse trying to duck outside, moving across the 45-yard line. Roger Staubach is 13 out of 17. 144 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He scrambled a couple of times. And he really has appeared to have slowed down a little bit in that running department, Lenny.
Well, he's, you take so many blows, and I was looking at his little finger on his right hand. It looks terrible because it's really knotted up, and his thumb on the throwing hand has also been damaged this past year, so he has really paid for running with the football.
2nd down and 4 as Newhouse picked up 6. We still do not have Dorsett over the 1,000 mark. The pass is intercepted. Coming back this way is Tom Jackson. And Denver has the football with 4 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. And didn't Dorsett make the tackle?
Yeah, he went to the well one time too often. Once again, he had the tight end coming across. He's trying to go to the tight end, but the linebackers get great depth. They read the play all the way. And 57 is Jackson coming up with the interception. He can fly. He runs about a 4.58 40. And here's a man who runs about a 4.3 40.
Dorsett went right after him and dropped him at the 41-yard line. You saw that score. There's Jackson. You saw that's his 4th interception, by the way, for this year. Kansas City leading Oakland 20-6 with 10 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Here's Weiss. Boy, he looks good, doesn't he? There goes Dalvin. Inside the 30-yard line, Aaron Kyle chasing him.
Good play. That was play action pass. Dalvin coming from the left side all the way to the right. He was wide open. As a matter of fact, the ball was thrown just a little behind Dalvin.
And this marks the end of the 3rd quarter here. So we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. And 15 minutes. Well, I guess the biggest story of this game has been Norris Weiss, who's quarterbacking for the Broncos at the moment from the 27-yard line. Odoms is in motion. Boy, he hasn't done anything today. They haven't been able to get the ball to him. That ball took off. Upchurch made the grab, and it's good for a couple of yards with Benny Barnes hanging on him. That ball took off as we
it did, and that was really a fine catch by Rick Upchurch because he had to leave his feet on that occasion because he couldn't have caught the football, but he was really concentrated on it, did a great job of catching it.
He's 5 out of 9, 72 yards. Upchurch to the sideline. Dalvin back in. There's Weiss, 5 out of 9, 72 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. The ball at the 21, 2nd down and 5. The score 14-3, Dallas. Moses in motion. The pass is incomplete, intended for Dalvin. That running by Weiss has kept the Dallas pressure off him a little bit, although we might see the blitz right now.
He has made things happen. He's created some things, and he's got things moving.
He was drafted by the Rams, went to the World Football League. He killed the Chicago Bears the last game of the season last year, running for more than 100 yards out of the quarterback spot.
Well, he can look for a blitz in this situation. They're bringing in 2 additional defensive backs. They've 4 or 5 times they've showed it. 3 or 4 times they've come with the safety blitz.
3rd down and 4. Moses on the right side is in motion, and here comes Weiss, and there was Charlie Water. Boy, what a smart football play. Number 41.
Yes, sir. That time I think Denver was anticipating perhaps they were going to come with a safety blitz. That time it didn't work. Waters once again showing you why he's going to be in the Pro Bowl game again.
New England has added 3 more points on a John Smith field goal of 33 yards. They have 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. There's the score, 24-10, as New England is trying to knock Baltimore out and put Miami into the playoffs, in which case Oakland would play at Miami. Oh, that's safe, that touchdown, that blocked punt against the Detroit Lions. One of the biggest plays of the NFL season. Here's Turner trying it from 37, with Weiss putting it down. 37 yards, the 2nd of the day for Mr. Turner. We have 13:24 remaining in the football game and plenty of time for the Broncos to come back and knock off the Cowboys. Rhinestone Cowboy carrying his horse down here in the Texas Stadium. Here comes a kickoff from Perrin. He didn't get the kick too deep the last time. Butch Johnson and Tony Hill are back waiting for it. Well, somebody must have given him some hay for lunch. Here's Tony Hill picking it up on the 10-yard line. 15, 20, 25. The governor of the state of Colorado, Richard Lamb, is on hand, and the mayor of Denver, William McNichols Jr., are attending the game. And the people in Denver and the surrounding territory are really thrilled about their football team. And if they win against Pittsburgh, they'll get the championship game there on the first, and the same applies to Dallas. If they win their game against the Bears, they'll get the championship game at home. Staubach is still in it on the 26-yard line. Motion by Saldi. One way, then the other. There's Dorsett. And he's going to be very close right now to that 1,000 mark. He's going to need a few. He carried shy of the 35.
I'm sure they're trying to get him that 1,000-yard mark, because it'd be a big thrill for him. He's going to get 1,000 yards, I'm sure, many times in his career if he stays healthy.
He needs 3 yards.
Give it to him again.
Yeah, because when you look at his figures, he really hasn't carried the ball that often. They worked him into the lineup slowly here in Dallas. He needs 3 yards. That's what the crowd is reacting to. They know that he needs 3 yards. And they also need 3 yards for a first down. Here comes Dorsett. They're keying on him. Now he needs more than 3.
They need 4 or 5 now. So I said about trying to go wide on this Denver Bronco defensive unit, because all the linebackers, talking about 51, Bob Swenson is one of them. They all run fast. They all tackle exceptionally well. Playing a good play right there. Number 51 is Swenson, getting help from the inside. I mentioned earlier that you watch the pursuit from the inside by the Denver Broncos. It's going to be there.
Dorsett is in there with Preston Pearson now in the Dallas backfield. Dupree comes split left. They shift into the shotgun with Drew Pearson on the right side. Butch Johnson is also a wide receiver. And it's a 3-man rush, and Staubach's pass is on the money to Dorsett for a first down at the 40-yard line.
Good play. It was Dorsett going right down in between the 2 linebackers. Staubach looking for him all the way. He was watching the defense, and he drilled it right in the numbers.
Roger really got on top of that ball when he threw it.
Yeah, he threw it with a great deal of authority, and he threw it right at the numbers. It wasn't sailing on him, so if Dorsett, for some reason, didn't catch the football.
Watch how he gets up on top here when he makes the delivery.
Right, he's coming down. He's coming down. You see where the ball lands, too. Right on the numbers, right where you want it.
A first down at the 40-yard line. The inside handoff to Newhouse. They might have been keying on Dorsett. He runs for 11 yards.
That's what they're doing. I'm sure they're keying on Dorsett, because they know that he's going to get the football quite a few times this afternoon. They know also that he only needs a couple of yards to make 1,000 yards. They know that.
How do you think the Bears will do down here against the Cowboys?
Well, I think the Cowboys are going to have a problem with Mr. Walter Payton. Everybody else has had a problem with him, and today it was just unfortunate the condition of the field in New Jersey against the Giants was what it was today.
And the Broncos against the Steelers?
I think it's going to be a great matchup.
No pick, huh? Out of the eye, Dorsett in the tailback spot. There he goes, and he's back to the point where he needs about 3 yards again. That 1,000 yards is tough to come by.
No.
We don't have any shadows from the bright sun, so we'll give you a look at the open air aspect of the stadium where the fans are under the cover, but the playing field itself is under the open Texas skies. The ball is to the 46-yard line. Lenny Dawson and Jack Buck with you from Dallas, and wishing you a happy holiday season, and hope you're enjoying this football game.
We do it then.
It is second down and 8. 10 minutes left in this game. Here's a delay, and there goes Dorsett. And that's going to be it, folks. That's the foul, and the fans are on their feet. Tony Dorsett just made it 1,003. The fans are on their feet, and he becomes only the 8th rookie in the NFL to ever rush for 1,000 yards. And you got to like the kid because he does it with his mouth shut.
He's a tremendous football player. You can see the appreciation by the fans at Texas Stadium here, all 60-some thousand standing up, giving him a standing ovation.
And you know why his teammates love him? He means money for them.
You better believe it. He was a man. He's going to get him into the playoffs. They're going to give him the football, I'm sure.
And he did it against the toughest defense in the American Football Conference.
Against the rush, they are number one. I'm talking about the Denver Broncos. He earned that yardage he got today. He's only got 46 yards. Took him 16 carries to get it.
The ball is at the 40-yard line. Staubach, 3rd down and 1. Gives it to Newhouse. He spun around and didn't get it. A fumble. And the ball is whistled dead. And it belongs to Denver. Newhouse coughed it up, and Denver has the ball. They trail by 8. We have 9:06 remaining in this football game. And evidently Lyle Alzado, the Pro Bowler, came away with this one as we watched.
Never got the ball. Never got the exchange. He's jumping up over top, and Roger never got the ball to Newhouse.
Clear the decks for Saturday and the doubleheader here on NBC with Pittsburgh at Denver in one of the games and Oakland playing at Baltimore or at Miami in the other game of the doubleheader. And there's the score with 3.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. New England 24, Baltimore 16. Running play to Dorsett. Jones hit Ray Chester with a 78-yard touchdown pass, but evidently they missed the extra point because it is 24-16 now, and they're 8 points behind. That was a big extra point if that score is absolutely correct. We'll try to find out what happened on that extra point play. Pick up a 4 that time by Dorsett. There are a couple of the quarterbacks. We saw Craig Morton at the outset. Penrose played some. Norris Weeson played most of all for the Broncos. Golden Richards is in there. There goes Newhouse. Boy, did they come after him, huh?
They all hit.
The final hit was by Steve Foley. We haven't had much chance to mention him today, the cornerback number 43.
They all hit. They all hit, and they hit very, very hard.
The extra point was blocked in that New England-Baltimore game. The score was 24-10 when Burt Jones hit Ray Chester with a 78-yard touchdown pass, but then the Baltimore extra point effort was blocked, and so they're still 8 points behind at the close of the 3rd quarter. And here it's 3rd and 8 Dallas with 6:38 remaining in the game. Staubach 14 out of 19, 153 yards, 1 intercepted, 2 touchdowns. Probably throwing here out of the shotgun on 3rd and 8. To the sideline, and not enough for a first down. A yard short as Preston Pearson caught it. Preston Pearson caught it under heavy pressure, but not enough for a first down. Staubach, if he had a bad shoulder earlier or a bad hand, doesn't have it now, Lenny, because he's throwing the ball very hard.
Yes, he is. He had a bad thumb on his throwing hand, and that's going to create a lot of problems because you can't grip the ball the way that you would like to. So you're going to lose a lot of the touch that you ordinarily have.
But he's got zing on it today, doesn't he?
Yes, he's stepping and throwing. That's the important thing. You know, he's utilizing his legs. Throwing a football, you utilize your legs as much or more so than your arm.
This is Danny White punting. In that last picture, you saw Mike Ditka. Maybe we can see him again. Whoa! White almost walked right into a block, and Upchurch takes it on the 6 and is drilled. He's back in the end zone, gets out, and he's down on the 1-yard line. Then he coughed up the ball, but the play had been whistled dead at the 1. Benny Barnes was standing right alongside him. Barnes could have caught the darn thing.
Well, you said earlier that Benny Barnes was always around the football, and he was around the football that time. This is not a good decision. He's inside the 10-yard line. He should never catch it. Should let that thing go.
Okay, now watch what happens. He's in the end zone. Fumble the ball. But they whistle the play dead. And Denver still has it with 6:18 remaining in the game. This is where they whistle the play dead.
Right here, Benny Barnes is right there. In the first place, he should never have caught the ball. It's a rule that inside the 10-yard line, you let the ball bounce and take your chances on it going into the end zone.
It was whistled dead at the 6-yard line. Perhaps the whistle was a little quick, but these officials try to protect the players as much as they can.
Once again, Benny Barnes did a tremendous job. He was right there waiting on the ball coming down.
Fans here booing the officials for blowing the whistle as they did as Weiss from the end zone throws it to the sideline, and it's good for a first down to Upchurch, or to Dalton, and he was covered by Kyle on the corner.
Covered fairly well, too, and it was a good throw by Weiss. He got the ball out there with authority that time. And like we were talking about Roger Staubach a minute ago, throwing that football and utilizing his legs and stepping and throwing. That time, Norris Weiss did the same thing.
You saw Aaron Kyle. You get a cornerback who relegates Mel Renfro to second string. The kid's got to be good, right?
Well, he's taking over for a man who's been a tremendous quarterback for many, many years.
The ball is at the 18-yard line. First down pass. Going long out here, and it is one step too far for Upchurch with Mark Washington trying to stay with him. That's the way Dallas was burned last Monday in that San Francisco game.
I'll tell you, that time Upchurch slipped a little bit. What he was trying to do, he was trying to do a little fake and go, and he did the fake, and when he started to go, he slipped a little bit. Otherwise, he might have been under that football.
He came into this game needing only a few yards to set a National League record for total yards and punt returns in 1 year. But he hadn't done that well in that department.
He hasn't had an opportunity. That's because of Benny Barnes. Benny Barnes has been sitting in his lap every time that he's been ready to catch the football.
There it is, second down and 10. 5.5 left in the game. Haven Moses is in motion. Weiss throws it out here, and it's caught by the tight end, Riley Odoms. He is ridden out of bounds by Charlie Waters.
That's a good play for Denver, and a good play for Norris Weiss, that he's going back in the pocket, inviting the defensive lineman back in that area. Then he's taking off to his right because he's right-handed and either running or throwing.
Odoms didn't make the Pro Bowl team, but what a great tight end he is, and what a wonderful person he is, according to the people who know him well.
He is a tremendous football player, and he has come up with a lot of big plays for the Denver Broncos over the years.
One of the premier tight ends in the game. He goes to the left side as Upchurch and Moses come right. Weiss is 9 out of 16 for 87 yards. 4:40 left in the game. The blitz is on. Weiss tried to run out of it and couldn't. And the play is still going. The play is still going. The play was not whistled dead till just now at the 26-yard line.
We used to do that on the sandlots when I was a kid, that type of a play. Yes, sir, because Norris Weiss was trying to scramble and there was nowhere to go because number 54 is Randy White. He is making sure he doesn't come around him. He's containing him inside, going back in the middle where the rest of his teammates are. But the whistle was not blown there, so he throws it to Lytle 41. Now, he should put the football away. First things first. He's stripped of it by Aaron Kyle right there, but it's not over yet, folks.
And now we have a Dallas player who is shaken up on the play, and that's the linebacker, Tom Henderson, who is being tended to. This Dallas team has played their offense and defensive #1 units all the way, and let's hope that this injury is not a serious one to Tom Henderson, their starting left linebacker.
I really don't understand why, both teams don't play all of their people, particularly when things are wrapped up.
Wait a minute. Now he is. He's got it.
He's in a sitting position. We have 4:11 remaining in the game. Broncos have the ball. They trail by 8, and they're faced with 4th and 2. 4th and a yard and a half. The Broncos are going for it from their own 26-yard line. With Lytle and Keyworth and Weiss throwing the ball out here, and it's caught by Odoms. First down for Denver at the 35. They keep the ball with 3:40 remaining.
Gutsy call on the part of the Denver Broncos. Play action pass, and they've got everybody's digging in, zeroing in. I'm talking about the Cowboys, so they're not really getting that much penetration. He did have plenty of time, and I said Odoms could come up with a lot of big plays for Denver. Once again, he did it, but he sure doesn't carry that ball the way it's supposed to be carried.
Cliff Harris put the final stop on the play. 3:20 left. Broncos have to score and score again. They trail by 8. Motion by the tight end, Egloff. Weiss pops it out here and threw it behind the intended receiver, Rob Lytle, and Brunig unloaded on him.
That's about the second or third time that somebody's thrown the ball to poor Rob Lytle, and they've thrown it behind him, and he has paid for it each time.
That's a nasty feeling to have to stop and reach back. You know you're going to get blasted.
You know you're going to get nailed, and you're going to get nailed in the back or in alongside the head. You see right here, the ball is thrown behind, as you can see right here, and he knows right now.
Mel Renfro is now checked into the game for the Cowboys. That's the first time that we've seen him today. He's number 20. They put in the extra defensive back. Hughes, Renfro, Washington. Second down and 10. Four-man rush. Weiss goes down. Harvey Martin, Ed Jones both got in there. Randy White followed.
Four-men rush. But when they know it's going to be a pass, they're going to let it all go, and they're coming after it. You can see number 72 is Ed Jones, and it just collapses. The pocket collapses. They never really run him by the quarterback, and he didn't have a chance.
3 minutes now. They stop the clock whenever there's a sack, and that was the fourth of the day for the Cowboys, giving them 53 for the year. Now the clock is running again with 2:50 remaining, and it's third down and 17. Incomplete. Cliff Harris almost picked it off, but he was out of bounds along with the intended receiver, Dalton, and Mark Washington was over there. And Washington is the one who got his hands on the ball, number 46. So it's fourth down, and now the Broncos, who gambled on 4th and 2, sent in their punting unit. And the Dallas defense is applauded by this big crowd of 63,000 here today. Bucky Dilts is kicking for the 8th time. Tony Hill is waiting for it. And you have to watch for the run here with 2:41 remaining. Now he kicks it. And all Dallas has to do is kill off about 2.5 minutes. Boy, there's a lot of running room over there. Bill tried to split the backs, but couldn't. He went across the 40-yard line.
Did a good job of running. Had he split it, he'd have had a really big game.
2:29 remaining in the game. Dallas has the ball and the lead. Speaking of Tom Henderson, who was injured earlier, walked off the field under his own power and appeared to be in good shape earlier. That's important for the Cowboys, who have the ball at their own 44. Send Dupree in motion and give the ball to Preston Pearson. Comes back the other direction and barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. The tackler was Barney Chavis. And by the way, they really picked us off by playing Staubach in the entire game.
Yes, sir. I'm really surprised.
Denver, on the other hand, played Craig Morton for only one series of downs, got him out of there, and he'll be ready now for the Pittsburgh game, which is next Saturday, part of the doubleheader here on NBC next Saturday afternoon in the AFC playoffs. 2 minutes left in this game. The white shirt and with the mustache is Mike Ditka. His old team got into the playoffs today.
Yes, you know, he has really changed. He has really trimmed down. In fact, he'd be too light to play tight end today. He looks like a different person, but really looks great. He is from Tony Dorsett's school. It used to be, they said, from Mike Ditka's school. I'm talking about the University of Pittsburgh.
Here's the handoff to the up back and a fumble. It's picked up by Staubach, who's going to be tackled, bringing about third down and long. We saw Ditka. He was talking to White because Ditka coaches the special teams for the Cowboys. Now Baltimore, look at the difference in their blocked extra point.
Yes, sir.
They're behind by 1 point, and we have how much time remaining in that Baltimore game? I guess there's about 10 minutes left. Well, there's 11:27 remaining in that game, and Baltimore trails by a point.
They're not out of it yet. I can recall when they took on Miami, they were down to Miami. They came back in the second half to win that ball game.
Jones hit Freddie Scott with a touchdown pass to bring Baltimore back in that game. Meanwhile, we have 1:46 left, and it's 3rd and 12 Dallas.
Now, getting back to you were talking about you're surprised, and so am I, that Staubach is still in there. Now, play like that. Now, he got nailed again. Now, I know from past experiences you don't have to get hit too frequently to be hurting and aching the next few days.
He's to the sideline talking with Tom Landry. Big crowd here today, 63,752. Actually a meaningless game, but the reason the people wanted to see it, and I'm sure the reason you folks are enjoying watching it on TV, is because these are tremendous teams with great personnel. They're both in the playoffs, and both might get to the Super Bowl.
And Tony Dorsett, a rookie, the 8th in the history of the National Football League, his rookie year, went over the 1,000-yard mark.
Drew Pearson comes to the left. Butch Johnson is to the right side. It's 3rd down and 12 for the Cowboys from their own 42. A flag is down. Pass is caught by Pearson. And we'll have to check the flag. Pearson appears to be a yard short. He is a yard short of a first down. And we'll check the flag here. 1:38 remaining. Motion against the Cowboys. It's going to be accepted by Denver and make it 3rd and 17. But Denver seems to be kicking a dead dog because they're 8 points behind in this game.
Not much they can do. The only thing they can do right now is just go after him. You know, all-out blitz and try to hope that somebody coughs up the football and they can get a quick, easy touchdown.
I wonder whatever happened to Pettis Norman down here in Dallas.
Who?
Well, he used to drive me crazy. I used to call him Norman Pettis. So they called me Buck Jack down here in Dallas. I get tired of him.
I've heard him call you a lot of other things down here, too.
Illegal motion, 88 offense, 3rd down.
That was Drew Pearson with the illegal motion. It's 3rd down and 17 for Dallas. Dallas scored on a touchdown pass from Staubach to Preston Pearson. Herrera missed 3 field goals. They made it 14-0. 14-3 at the end of the 3rd quarter. 14-6 right now. And Preston Pearson does little, and Dallas will have to kick it. We have a final score. Pittsburgh, already in the playoffs, came from behind on a Jarrella field goal, 26 yards with 1:14 left in the 3rd quarter. They won that game over San Diego by the score of 10-9. And Pittsburgh will be playing at Denver next Saturday as part of our NBC doubleheader. We're going to have a complete wrap-up of the scores from this afternoon's NFL play, along with highlights and action interviews from the field on NFL 77 when our game is over here. There's the Pittsburgh final. They beat the Chargers.
You were asking about Pettis Norman?
Oh, yeah. He's still working here in town, huh?
Yes.
The ball at the 45-yard line. And a timeout. The Broncos have but 1 left. The Cowboys have 3 remaining.
I'd like to see Upchurch, for once this afternoon, get the football with a little breathing room.
I was looking forward to that because he is such an exciting kick return man, both punts and kickoffs.
Last time I saw the Denver Broncos, it was in Denver against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he had a tremendous afternoon.
But it was Billy Johnson who was named to the Pro Bowl team as the kick return man, and not Rick Upchurch, at whom we're looking right now. Upchurch is waiting for White's punt. And he'll kick it away from about the 35. It's a line drive, and Upchurch might do something with it. There's a flag thrown, and Upchurch is nailed around the 20-yard line. And we'll check the flag for you. The field judge, Ed Merrifield, threw it in a big, big hurry, as if he saw somebody coming downfield who shouldn't have been there.
Could be one of two things, generally, in that situation. Somebody leaving the line of scrimmage that should not be leaving the line of scrimmage.
Well, we had an illegal block, a cutback block, and it's against the Denver Broncos.
That outside man, you have to treat him as a receiver until that ball is kicked.
So that's going to allow the Dallas Cowboys to keep the football. That comes under the category of a personal foul and an automatic first down, and the Cowboys keep the ball with 1:17 remaining.
So what they're talking about, what happened, the end man on the line of scrimmage is a receiver, so you get one chuck at him in that 3-yard area. And if you hit him once, then leave him alone.
Well, while they're marking it off and giving the ball back to the Dallas Cowboys, let's listen to the referee.
Illegal cut, automatic first down.
Illegal cut, automatic first down. Dallas has the ball. Broncos can stop the clock only one time. 1:17 remaining, so that's probably it. Well, Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without Bob Hope. Robert spends Christmas at home this year, calls in Perry Como, Mark Hamill of Star Wars, Olivia Newton-John, the Muppets, and the AP All-American football team to help them celebrate the holiday season. There's Hope and Christmas at NBC on Monday evening, December 19th from 8 to 9 Eastern Standard Time. The running play and the timeout is called, and now here comes the referee to the Denver sideline to tell the head coach, Red Miller, you are out of timeouts. That's what Jerry Markbright had just done. He's obligated to do that. In that Pittsburgh game, there's Red Miller. Terry Bradshaw got kicked in the jaw, causing a neck injury. How serious the injury is unknown at the moment. He went to the hospital for x-rays. And whether or not he'll be there when the Steelers play at Denver next Saturday, we don't know, but knowing him.
It's one of the reasons I was saying about playing somebody who has an injury problem. You know, why take a chance? Once the situation was that they were going to be involved in the playoffs, you know, perhaps it happened earlier, I don't know, but the thing to do is get him out of there.
Okay, no more timeouts for Denver, so Staubach just fouls on the ball, and the Broncos won't be able to do anything about it, and our final score is going to be 14-6. And so, Dallas will have matched the Broncos for the best record in football with a mark of 12-2 in winning the Eastern Division. And Denver sustains their second loss. They split with Oakland, so this loss to Dallas is their second of the year, 12-2. But nonetheless, they have won the Western Division of the AFC. They'll host the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll have one more snap of the ball. The one thing Staubach doesn't want to do is cause a penalty and stop the clock. So one more snap, and that'll be it. Dorsett had a good day.
Yes, he did. Now, they were looking for the 1,000-yard mark. He needed 43 going in. He had 17 carries, 50 yards. A rookie gained over 1,000 yards, 1,007 yards for Tony Dorsett.
And the theme song for these two teams is Till We Meet Again. And it very well could be in the Super Bowl in New Orleans. There's Red Miller. We congratulate him on a great season, and Tom Landry likewise. And there's the final score. The Cowboys have defeated the Broncos here today by the score of 14-6 before a big crowd of 63,000 at Texas Stadium. So it's on to the playoffs, and it'll be Saturday for Denver and Monday for these Cowboys. The final score 14-6. Jack Buck with Lenny Dawson speaking from Irving, Texas. A reminder that NBC will be bringing you the exciting AFC playoff doubleheader next Saturday, the 24th. Super Bowl champion Oakland, we don't know their opponent yet, and Denver against Pittsburgh. And now, stay tuned for NFL 77, a complete wrap-up of today's NFL play. And you'll see NFL 77 after these messages from your local station.